Hey guys, Chelsea here from Making Manzanita. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a DIY framed tapestry using this Society 6 tapestry. Hey guys, I'm getting ready to start, I think, the last project in our living room, which I'm so excited about. We're almost done, so now it's to the fun part where I'm starting to decorate things and it's really starting to come together. We got the furniture in there. So my last and final piece is I am making a big, large scale decor for the wall above the couch. So it's going to be 45 inches by 45 inches. So I'm going to make it into a square, so almost 4 feet by 4 feet. So it's big. I got a large tapestry from Society 6, but it's going to look so good with all the furniture. So I'm going to get to building the frame right now. And what I'm using for the frame, I have leftover plywood wood slats right up here from our slat wall. So I'm going to use that since they're already cut to the perfect size. But if you were buying this, you could use 1x2s, or even to make it cheaper because lumber's so crazy right now, you could just use 1x2 like MDF, primed MDF, because you're not even going to see it after the tapestry's on there. So we're going to get to building the frame and I will take you guys along for the ride. You want to start by cutting your wood down to size, and for this I used a miter saw to cut the lengths. For the structure of our DIY frame tapestry, we chose to go with something around 45 inches by 45 inches, and it is a square. So that's what I used to figure out my measurements. And then to secure it, I used these corner clamps, and it really made the whole process go a lot easier. But if you don't have these corner clamps, you could certainly get a second person to help hold everything square while you nail the structure together. I used a little bit of wood glue at the joints, and then I secured it with 1.5 inch brad nails, and I used a pneumatic brad nail gun. This step was really pretty quick and easy to do the outside of the frame. Now for the middle, I added some center supports just to add a little bit of structure to the frame to keep it nice and sturdy. And I used the same wood, again, a little bit of wood glue, 1.5 inch brad nails, and that same brad nail gun to secure everything. And you're gonna kind of have to offset those center supports just so you can get the nails in. So you can see that's what I'm doing there in the middle horizontal piece. All right guys, so I have my frame built. I just finished putting it together. So again, I'm just using some extra slats from our wood slat wall in the living room that we did. But if you needed to get your own wood, you could just use some 1x2 furring strips for this. That's what size they are. And then I just made a square and then used 2 brad nails on each corner with a little bit of wood glue. And then I used these handy corner clamps too to keep everything nice and square. And then I put one big slat in the middle, and then across here I just put 2 and just kind of offset them so I could nail them in over here at the corners. So now I'm just gonna sit back, I'll let this dry since it does have some wood glue, and in the meantime I need to get my tapestry ready, so I need to get it steamed so it's nice and flat. Next, you want to get any wrinkles from your tapestry out. You'll probably have quite a few from shipping. I just pressed ours with a just regular household iron. You can also use a steamer. Then you can start stapling the tapestry in place. You want to get your staple gun all loaded up. We are using Arrow's electric stapler and 5/8 inch staples, and get it all loaded up there and get started. And I just placed our tapestry on top of the frame and realized something big. I was gonna put the tapestry on, got it all, pressed, and look, it's see-through. Look at this. You can see the wood. So I'm gonna have to go to the store and just get some white fabric, I think, to put behind the tapestry. And it's okay, it's very thin, so I'm not gonna have trouble getting it flat, even if there's 2 layers, but I'm so frustrated. So we ended up adding a thin layer of white muslin fabric to the structure first, and then added the tapestry. And you just kind of repeat the same steps each time you add a new layer. So you want to pull the fabric really tight around the structure, have one person help you with this, and then staple it on the back of the frame. We added staples every couple of inches, and for the corners, we got them held nice and tight and then folded it in the corner so it laid flat as possible. and you can just add several staples in the corner to get that nice and secure. And again, remember, we're adding a frame to the outside of the edge there, so it didn't need to be perfect because this part is going to be covered up, but we did want it nice and flat. And then when you're all done getting it secured, you can get any of the extra tapestry cut off of the back as close as you can, just using some fabric scissors. All right, so I am trying to decide which color stain I'm going to use on the frame, and I could use your help. So I pulled out some of my favorites here from our cabinet. So I am testing Ebony, which is that one right there, Natural, Weathered Oak, Dark Walnut, and Antique Walnut. And this is a poly shade, which means that the stain and polyurethane are combined. So on the rest of them, I would put poly on after I stain. A quick little tip, I always try to test stains on the wood that it's actually going to be used, because different stain color is going to look different on different types of wood. So this is just an extra scrap piece of the frame that we're using. We're just making it out of lattice. And so on the back, I always write which stain is which, because I can't ever remember once I get them on here and step away. But now I'm going to take it inside and see how it looks next to the print. So now that we're inside, this is the print, and now you can kind of see how it would look with the different colors of stain. And I'm going to bring it into the living room too, the actual room that it will be in before I make my decision. Here's what the different stain colors looked like in the actual space. You can see there how it looks against the paint color and against the other wood tones that we have in the room. I ended up going with the dark walnut and then gave it a couple quick coats of polyurethane and then let it dry. And once it was dry, it was time to get it onto my frame. To do this, I used that same brad nail gun and 5/8 inch brad nails, and I held the wood strip up to the edge of the tapestry and nailed it into place about every 8 inches or so along the edge of the frame. And that, my friends, is it. This is how it turned out. I absolutely love it. Last step was just to get it hung up on the wall. I was so thankful for Logan to be able to hang stuff up on the wall. He always does that for me. So here we're just getting it nice and level, and we decided to place it right above the couch on one of the walls in our living room, and I think it looks great there. I absolutely love it. Now, large scale art like this costs a pretty penny, so I am so glad that we were able to find a DIY way to do it much cheaper, and it was so fun to make. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll give this a try using one of those Society 6 tapestries. I was able to find mine on sale, and there are so many awesome prints to choose from on the website. I'll be sure to put a link down below in the description. And if you don't want to use a tapestry, you could also use just some fabric you find at the fabric store, or even I've seen it done with a shower curtain. How awesome is that? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We share weekly DIY tips and renovating tutorials, and watch this video next. See you next week.